Hello friends and others on YouTube. As you know, Wuthering Waves releases about a week from today, so today I'll be going over the definitive Wuthering Waves pre-release character tier list. Please take note that I don't know anything about the current lineup of characters, and this is just purely a meme list based on the info I gather by looking through designs and gameplay videos of said characters. With disclaimers out of the way, let's jump right into it. So, I pulled up a video of this guy called Rexland, and he has a video for us that pretty much shows every character that's available. I hope that is available during the launch of the game. So I'll be going over, and based on the way that they're listed in this video, I'll be also ranking them on this tier list. And yeah, it's mostly just gonna be my opinion, and it's mostly gonna be on how they look like and how I assume their gameplay feels like based on what I see. Alright, yeah. That's about it. Let's play the video. So I have seen a few glimpses of this before. So my assumption is that, or from what I've seen so far, a lot of the characters look very I would say they look very fun to play. Like, comparing the male rover as an example to someone like Genshin's main characters, or even Honkai Star Rail's main characters, which are the only two gacha games I've played. I don't actually play any other gacha games. They look pretty dark and honestly give up a pretty ominous vibe. But I like the design. It's pretty badass. All right. Yang Yang. So with Yang Yang, I've seen a little bit of this as well because I've seen that she has been pretty hyped. I like her color palette. It's like this dark blue just kind of pops out with the contrast of all the dark in the background. And overall, just by looking at her gameplay, it seems like it's pretty fluid. And well, I'm an enjoyer of sword users, so I would definitely pick her up. Well, she seems pretty cool. Play her, I would imagine. So, just by looking at her design and the way this tier list is set up, in my opinion, I think she would belong in A tier, but like I will change these around based on how I see everyone else as well, and then at the end I'll give you my final tier list. So, I'm a very big enjoyer of the mid-air combos. I'm a very big enjoyer of games like Devil May Cry, and this is kind of the vibes I'm getting from some of the characters. Alright, so this is Yinlin, right? Was it? No, Dunjin. Sorry, my bad. A little switch right there. The switching in this game seems pretty seamless. Very nice, actually. I think the character's design isn't anything very special. The character's attacks look kind of nice though. So from what so I didn't see a lot of dungeon gameplay at all. It's mainly because video isn't very long. However, from what I've seen, and the design isn't very, like, doesn't really pop out that much. And I don't know where she would belong in terms of the skills and everything, because it's very hard to tell. But just off of this, her design alone, I think I kind of like the short hair. The red effects kind of pop out a lot into the, again, in the dark sort of world. I'll put it in the I would put her in the B tier. Right, the next one is Sunhua. Another sword user. I think her ice style skill is very easy to tell that it's an ice character. Alright, Sanhua. I do like the hat she's wearing. I think that her design is kind of cool. I think she gives also like Yang Yang. This is like the exact type of vibes that Yang Yang gives, just in another form. I'll put her in A tier as well. This one is Alto. Alright, so this is a different weapon. I'm seeing gunplay for the first time, which looks like it's very lock-on-y. Oh, we see the... Alright. It wasn't anything too crazy. What Alto reminds me of is... It gives you two type of vibes. It gives me like if Jing Yuan and like someone like Dante had a child that wanted to misbehave, then that's what Alto would be. Alto's design is fine. The gunplay looks okay. I think the coat on his back looks kind of cool, but other than that, like the design in general, it's alright. I think he could go in B tier. This is Pixia. Hope I'm not saying that wrong. That's another gun character. I think this one is one of the more hyped ones from what I've seen on the internet, but I might be wrong. Okay. Oh, she has a little... I assume it's a scar, but you don't mean... I don't know. It could also be a tattoo. It's a little 4-star. Okay. It's very hard to distinguish so far 4 stars from the 5 stars, even though there haven't been any. Because from the pictures that I've seen, it doesn't look too different. And also, character design, is it too crazy? It's like a honestly, it gives me just like, if I've played Tower Fantasy, if you made a custom character in Tower Fantasy, that's probably what it would look like. So I think Jixio, in terms of design and what I've seen, this also gives me like either B or C tier. I'll put it in C tier because the other characters so far have been kind of like cute on the cuter side, but Jixia has been like kind of like very basic in terms of her design. Alright, let's see. This is more Tefi. Alright, so this is another guy character. Oh, the little glasses. The design looks kind of cool, but I don't know how much the red hair and the white coat go together, honestly. Well, the hand kind of reminds me of Acheron's hand. A demon hand. A demon looking like hand. Alright. So, much have seen of Morphe. It's another 4-star. I think honestly, like Jixia and Morphe kind of give me the very similar vibes. If you would put like, so we saw Rover male and like Rover female looks very similar, right? In terms of the gameplay and the design. I feel like the Jixia's and Morphe's design sort of kind of goes in the same direction. It's like, you know, it's red on white, basically. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that, honestly. This is Yuanwu. So this is that sort of, I don't know, just gives me Michael Jackson vibes, or neckbeard vibes. I'm not quite sure. I'm torn between the two. See. Okay, so with Yang Yang, there was this contrast of, oh, it's a very nice contrast of dark blue and black, right? But when you go to Yuanwu, you look at Yuanwu, you're like, so you decided to color your hair, but you didn't color your beard, and it's kind of like it's kind of torn between two colors, and then he just wears a white hat. Like, why the white hat specifically? I mean, it's just a design choice, I guess, but like, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of that design. I'll be honest. So far, this is the most boring design for me, just because the colors and thing, like, it doesn't really match. It doesn't really look unique. I mean, I get it. It is a 4-star, but that is my opinion. I'll put him in D tier for now. This is Ling Yang. Okay. Okay, so this is a fist user. Looks like. Well, this animation kind of reminds me of Overwatch Tracer's animation. Play of the game sort of type of thing going on. Ooh, the little mid-air combat. See, in terms of combat, this one has been the most interesting so far. Because it's mostly mid-air. I think mid-air combat is very, very cool. So, Ling Yang, in my opinion, so far has been like an A tier just because the combat is insane. Being able to play mid-air is absolutely crazy. Like maybe even S tier. I'm torn, but if there was an S tier, S minus tier, I would put it in S minus. But I think he would be on top of A tier just because the gameplay and the design is actually pretty cool. But I want to see if there's anyone deserving of S tier. Alright. He's like a support kind of character because it doesn't seem to do too much besides cast skills and a few hits. Like a healer type of vibe going on here. This is very cool though. I assume this is the ultimate maybe? Even though I haven't seen anything. I think the ultimate's very cool. Yeah. Yangxing, okay. Yangxing, in terms of design, look pretty cool. I think the hair is very cute and the ultimate looks very... I hope that's the ultimate. Yeah, it looks very cool. Right, Yinlin. Okay, Yinlin is probably the most hyped character I've seen. I mean, to be fair, that animation is very, very cool. Very quick attacks. Lightning quick characters to be very quick. Very elegant, but very quick and cool. Alright, Yinlin. Yinlin's been actually the best so far, honestly. I can see what the community hypes are the most. So far, from what I've seen, I mean, lightning attacks, just an elegant looking costume or clothes. Just puts her in S tier for me, honestly. Like, I guess you could also say like the animation and everything. I think it was the ultimate, like the facial animation. This gives you like massive mommy vibes. And you can never go wrong with some good old mommy vibes. So that also puts her in S tier for me. And unironically, this has the most gameplay as well. Out of all the characters. This is like a duel. This seems like an entire team actually going on here. Is that the ultimate? That ultimate is very sick. Oh, also, I've just noticed. She has elf ears. Alright, that definitely like bumps her up for me. I'm a massive fan of elves. Oh, elf ears. And not go wrong. I'm absolutely not go wrong. Perfection right there. Alright, next one is Verena. Alright, Verena is also the second most hyped character I've seen. From what I know, from what I've read. A few sentences, she's a healer. Okay, I can kind of see. She gives me She gives me a whole of vibes. Fauna. It gives me very much like Fauna vibes for some reason. I think it's just a type. Of character. Arena is. Yeah, very much gives me Fauna vibes. But not as mommy looking. It's a very short character compared to the other ones we've seen so far. game is slow motion. The weird edit. The beast look insane. I thought it was actually kind of cute. The alt right there. I assume that's the alt. I think I'll put her in S tier as well, just because the sign is very insanely cool. A lot different from all the other ones, where just there's like flashy slashes and stuff, and punches. It's just been like roots growing out of the ground. Very cool effects. This is Encore. I think Encore's is a very cool looking alt. Yeah. It's very cute. Literal gremlin. Look at this right here. Isn't this the face of a gremlin? That is amazing. Low key. Very cute. In terms of design, I mean. Very cool. It's just like a full team gameplay here again. That's very cool. Alright. Encore. Encore was also very cool. Very flashy. I think the ultimates on the 5 stars look very cool. So far. All of these been very nice. Very cute and or very cool. Wait, Doki. Or Dochi. I'm not sure. Oh my god. She can step on me any day. I mean, honk a honk, you know? Oh. Oh, Lord. The physics. Alright. Sorry, I got distracted. Doki, very interesting design. A lot of physics going on. Very interesting. I'll put her in A tier for now. This is Galcharo. I have heard things about Galcharo. Probably the most requested male character. Gives me very much Sephiroth vibes, honestly. Kinda. I could say, yeah. I like that though. That is very cool. Also the shadow on the back. Very, very cool. This one's also very, very sick. So far. But this looks like it's an 5-star bias, but honestly these characters are very, very cool. Alright, we just... Oh yeah, still Galcharo. The gameplay looks very fast as well. Looks like it could be fun to play. Alright. That wasn't bad. That was pretty cool. Alright, this is Baishi. Baichi. If I'm saying that right. I am definitely butchering that. I am definitely butchering that one. That's the alt. In terms of design so far, it isn't anything crazy, but the attacks are kind of unique. Okay, the attacks on Baishi were pretty unique. But I don't think she's like crazy, like anything like too special. And the bird is very cool, but I think she belongs in B tier for me personally. Alright, this is GN. Is this like the Zhao of Wuthering Waves? Looks okay. I mean, it looks cool. I can see what people would like this character. All right. Now we have the female rover. All right. So, Gian for me is like an A tier just because the dragon. I mean, dragons. You can't go wrong with dragons, you know. All right. Now we have the female rover. Again, elegant black outfit. Dark color palette. Oh, damn. That sponsor's pretty cool, too. I wonder if that's probably the indication of perfect. Is that a stagger? I wonder if that's the stagger interaction. Stagger bot interaction. Alright, that's pretty cool, actually. Alright, let's see here. So I haven't ranked a rover male and rover female because I think they sort of should belong in the same tier. But at the same time, like, I think the designs are cool. I don't think they're bad at all. Personally, for me, they would go right here. I think that's how I would put them beside, like, just looking at the gameplay. I don't think they're anything flashy. I think the designs alone would be like an A tier, but just because the gameplay isn't as cool as the other ones, I think even like these in the C tier and D tier had cooler gameplay. But in terms of like how flashy they are and how they're designed together, give me like a B tier. Like if the gameplay looked a little bit cooler and it wasn't just like it just looks like it's perfect dodge into like an ultimate, like that isn't like really showing the gameplay much. And yeah, I think they just belong in B tier. Alright, I think this is my version of the tier list. I do not know anything about these characters. Yeah, put it on your fridge, hang it on the wall. I don't know. Yeah, that's about it. All right, take care.